from the soul with it. Yeah.
So George Sedano read an article from the Lakers blog. It was from Silver Screen and Roll, and they were talking about LeBron and Kawhi using the Lakers as leverage. You know, possibility that they could be using, you know, as far as like trading assets to get better pieces on the roster, you know. And George Sedano is pretty much saying it wouldn't be the first time that, you know, that this has been done by a player. You know, I've seen Jimmy Butler use the Lakers, you know, as leverage in the past. And that's what I thought they were speaking of. I thought they were talking about in terms of like contracts and getting bigger deals and using the Lakers as leverage, saying that I will leave you and I will go to the Lakers. Because, I mean, players could stay where they are and, you know, still get commercials and get deals and stuff like that. But still being associated with the Lakers could still help you. It still has great value of being associated with the Lakers or being a part of the Lakers franchise. Keyshawn says, you know, use them as leverage to do what? So I thought that George Sedano was going to touch on the topic of, in terms of like contracts and getting better deals. But he used it from the aspect of saying, like, in a sense, LeBron uses the Lakers as a threat to then try to deal all their assets to acquire players LeBron would prefer to play with. Or in Kawhi's case, he used the Lakers. He'll make it seem like he'll go to the Lakers and other teams will put together their best packages, and Kawhi will go to those other teams that don't give up their best assets. So LZ Granderson says, you know, he doesn't think that Kawhi and LeBron are using the Lakers as leverage because it's basketball and it's personal at this point. And since it's personal, he feels that theory doesn't really make sense. It's really hollow to him. And he says that he doesn't think that the calculation is about him trying to position himself to get traded to a team that still have top assets. He just thinks that Kawhi wants to go there. He's from the area. He wants to come back home. He's comfortable. He can make money there. He doesn't want to be in San Antonio. And when it comes to LeBron, it's personal as well. He's at the last stages of his career. He's thinking about legacy, thinking about his family, thinking about his kids. I thought that George Sedano was talking about it from the aspect of getting a bigger deal, because for the last couple of years, the Lakers have had the cap space to get max free agents. But they failed. They came up short in terms of getting these max free agents. So the Lakers is held in this high regard, this luxurious franchise. They would, you know, welcome me with open arms, and they need a superstar right now. So they're using the Lakers as leverage, like, hey, I can go there and I could potentially sign with the Lakers. If you don't sign me, the Lakers are wide open and I will leave you. They might not even mean it, but they're just using the Lakers as like, hey, look, I can go there. They need play. They clearly need the talent. They haven't been winning. I can go there, get the best deal, get a better deal from them than what you could offer me. So that's what I thought he was talking about when it was pertaining to, you know, them possibly using the Lakers as leverage, especially when you look at Kawhi. You know, he wants the max. He wants as much money as possible. So he could be using the Lakers for that. So same thing for LeBron. If you don't go out and get me the assets I want and the money that I want, I'm not going to sign long term. I can go to the Lakers. They need a max free agent. They need players. And it's been put out there that Paul George and Kawhi, that's a huge threat, and you could lose me. You know, I think the Cavs looking at it like, all right, well, we can lose you at this point because we got the assets that we need. Got Isaiah Thomas, but at the deadline, we did enough to get Clarkson to be able to keep our draft pick. I think they added another draft pick, and then on top of that, we got young assets. And on top of that, even if you do leave, we can still trade Kevin Love, but we got Kevin Love, and we got enough cap space to sign another free agent. If we do that well, we could sign another key free agent next season, bring him to the Cavs, even though I don't think nobody want to go there. But Kawhi Leonard is being mistreated. LeBron James clearly isn't on the same page with that organization. So, and, you know, it's obvious LeBron James, he's at the latter stages of his career. He's thinking about a life after basketball. You know, his fans may not come to grips with that he can't play forever. You know, you know what's happening? I laugh because it's a lot of LeBron James stans that's on the internet. You ask the average LeBron James stan, every single year they've been saying for the past 4 or 5 years, they say, well, LeBron James got 4 years left. Well, LeBron James, man, he still even got 4 years left. Man, LeBron James still got 4 years left. Like, I think he still got 4 years. Like, every year they say he has 4 years left. And I do agree, Kawhi wants to be here, wants to be with the Lakers. I think he has a better chance if the Lakers add Paul George and LeBron. He has a better chance to win a championship than he does stand with the Spurs, especially with those guys being older. And even if he does stay, look at what's going to happen. You got all these guys going behind his back. How could you be in the locker room or be around that type of energy and you got people going behind your back? Now you can't trust nobody. It's just a win-win situation for Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion. Greg Popovich is on his way out the door. He's closer to the end than he is the beginning. There's a lot of dysfunction. He's lost his wife. I said old age kicking in. Manu Ginobili's old. It's a lot of Tony Parker's old. Everybody is heading out the door. So if I'm Kawhi, it's like I'm here, and then LaMarcus Aldridge is there. LaMarcus Aldridge already stated that he did not want to be the second fiddle. He didn't want to be secondary to Kawhi Leonard. He felt like he should be, the primary focus. When clearly Kawhi Leonard is the better player, the better two-way player. But LaMarcus Aldridge felt as though he should be the face of the franchise. And we've seen that in the past. That's why he went to Greg Popovich and asked him for a trade. So if I'm Kawhi, I'm looking at this situation. I'm like, okay, if Popovich is getting older, and I'm in this small market, and then on top of that, I got all these people. Well, I mean, it's not as big as the Lakers. Lakers and New York is the biggest markets in the world, but it's not that big of a market. And then on top of that, I'm not from here. I don't have no loyalty to this franchise. I love Pop, but at the same time, I don't have no loyalty to this franchise. So, and then I got these young guys coming up. Now I have to wait, and I have to try to make things work with LaMarcus Aldridge. Now, if I'm Kawhi, as Kawhi is doing, he's been strategic. He's thinking things through. He's not using emotions. He's saying, okay, well, let me think about this. It's a win-win for me. I can go home with my family, be with my family where I grew up at. Bigger endorsements. I have more endorsements. I could play with LeBron James, Paul George. Paul George is from here. I could have fun and potentially be in the position to win a championship, be around Magic Johnson, be in that atmosphere, revitalizing and, recreating what was of Showtime, the Showtime era, of having LeBron James and Lonzo Ball side by side, pushing the ball and a lot of passing. I could score, Paul George could score, and we could just have fun and compete for a championship against the Golden State Warriors. Like, who wouldn't want to have that? That's like the best luxury that you could ask for.